Alright, so I guess we'll have a look at basement level 1. I've tried to mainly like have all of the same brands of cars in my garages. So garage level 3, 4 and 5 are all pretty much the same brand. Garage 1 and 2, however, are cars that I have that aren't the same brands. So yeah. So we'll start off on this side. We have the Debut. It's a pretty good car. It's one of my favorites. We have the Vapid FMJ. I like the look of this car. It's very modern. Then we have the Wagner. It's one of my first cars I ever bought, actually. I really liked it. Then we have the Spectre Custom. This isn't really a supercar, however, it is a very fast electric car, and yeah. Then we have the Lampadi Tygon. This one has grown on me. Honestly, I wasn't a big fan of this car at first, but I've given it a chance, and it's actually pretty decent. Then we have the Sports, the Fiesta Neon. It's a very fast electric car. It's got a very high top speed. Moving on, we have the Principe Diveste 8. I like this car. It's the only car that I have this wrap on, which this car is actually the fastest car that I've ever driven. This goes like 387 kilometers per hour. So it's very, very fast. Then we have the Trofade Nero, the classic Bugatti. This one you can customize at Benny's, which I did. That's why it has Nero Custom. Then we've got the Trofade Thrax. This was the car that came out with the casino. I actually spent a long time trying to get this car for free. So yeah. And I also like the color. It's a bison brown, so it's very different compared to the other colors. Then we have the classic Porsche, the Fiesta 811. This car, I like it visually. It looks really good. It is very fast as well. It's one of my go-tos. And yeah. I have spent a total of possibly 70 mil on this garage alone. Just from buying the cars, upgrading them. Yeah, they're all max upgrades, which is crazy. Alright, so we'll go to level 2. Level 2 is pretty much similar, I'd say. It's not very organized, but it's still got a lot of very valuable cars. Alright, so this spot here will be for the new one when it comes out in a couple days. Then we have the Coil Cyclone. This is a very fast electric supercar. We've got the Benefactor Krieger, another pretty cool car. Yeah, it's very different because you can't really get shot up from the back. So I run this in a lot of hard missions. Then we have the Ocelot XA21. This one's a very nice car. I like the look of it at the back. And I like the color. This was one of the colors I've experimented with. It's a dark grey with a green tint. I think it looks pretty good. Moving on from that, we have the Chevelle Taipan. I like supercars, as you can tell, and this one looks pretty cool. I do like the carbon detailing. Then we have the classic Comet. The least valuable car that I have in this garage, but I still like the color, and I still like the overall look. Very nice. Then we have probably my least favorite car out of this whole garage. We have the Ocelot Swinger. I got this for free when I pulled it from the casino. It's not too bad. It's a bit small, a bit clunky. Yeah. Then we have the Emperor ETR1. It's a very nice car. I went for an ultra blue on ultra blue. It's kind of like a rally car. Yeah, it's got really cool headlights and tail lights as well. Transformer in a way. If you just have a look at the front. Moving on, we have the Ocelot Pariah, another sports car that's very fast. And I did something different with this. I went for a pure white with a green finish. I think it looks pretty nice. It's a unique car to my collection. Then we have the Vicen Neo. This is another car experimented with. It's a purple with a blue tint. It's very fast, very nice, and yeah, I'd recommend this car. It is very expensive though. All of these cars are very expensive. I'd say buy them, but moving on, this will be the Lamborghini. All of these cars in this garage are Pegassi or Lamborghini. So we have the Ignis. This is a very cool car. You can get a weaponized version, but I didn't really see the point. It's very, very big, but it looks really cool. It looks somewhat demonic. Then we have the electric supercar, the Tesseract. I'm not a big fan on the look of this. It's not my cup of tea, but I thought I might as well have it. The color does stand out though, and the tires actually glow in the dark. So next one we have the Pegassi Reaper. This is pretty much just the standard Lamborghini. It's very nice. It's got that carbon at the back. I went with a grey color because I felt like a grey would look very good. Then we have the Tempesta. I like the carbon on the sides and the front. The front splitter looks pretty cool. And yeah, this is a very old car, so I'm glad to finally have it. We have the Infernus Classic. This one is one that is starting to grow on me. I do like the old classic cars, but just recently did I purchase it and just mess around with it. It's actually been very nice. Very nice to drive. This is the Pegassi Vaca. This is 240k. But I got it just to have a collection. It doesn't look too bad. Then the Zentorno, the classic. I felt like I wanted to do something different because I've owned this car before. So, yeah. I finally re-got it and decided to go with a different style. Then we have the Osiris. The Osiris is a very cool hypercar. A nice two-tone color. And yeah, I quite like it. Then we have the Pegassi Torero XO. This one is a fucking unit of a car. It reminds me of the fucking car from the new Batman. It's fucking massive. It's really cool as well. I like it. And then to top it all off, we have the Pegassi Zeruso. This car, when you purchase it, actually doesn't have a top. I put a top on because I felt like it looked better. And yeah, I like the back of it. The back looks good. The rear view lights are a bit questionable. They're not my favorite. But I do like the midnight blue with the ultra blue. And the front looks pretty cool. Okay, moving on to basement level 4. This will be the Ferrari basement. This has all of the Grotti class supercars. Alright, so to top it all off, we have the Grotti Furia. This car is very, very nice. The doors fling up. The spoiler actually comes out of the car once you go a certain speed. And the detailing with the stripes just looks really nice. Really modern and sleek. The X80 Proto is a car that I wanted for a very long time because it looked different. And it was actually kind of open-end at the back. And I really like this. I don't drive it a lot now because it's probably one of the oldest cars I have. But I do like it. I do like the color. And I do like the wheels as well. The wheels are pretty cool. Moving on, we have the Swimzyy. This is the only vehicle that actually you're able to tint the front windscreen. So if you have a look at all of these other ones, you can't tint the front. Just because it was different. I originally had red, but I wanted to upgrade things, make it look different. The back is really nice too, and overall, it's a good car. So here we have the Cheetah. It's not my favorite car. It's a very, very old car. It's not my type of style, but I thought I might as well have it if I'm going to have a collection. Then we have the Grotti Turismo. I actually got this for free because I owned the Criminal Enterprise Starter Pack. This one's pretty nice. The color's not too bad. It's pretty nice. Then we have the Grotti Stinger GT. This is actually a muscle car. I actually won this as well from the casino, and I thought it was a good James Bond car, and I do like muscle cars. So I made it a grey with a silver tint, and yeah, it looks pretty good. It sounds nice as well. Then we have the Cheetah Classic, so it's pretty much that car but in a classic version. I do like this quite a lot. It's probably my least favorite classic vehicle, but only by a tiny bit. And yeah, it looks really cool, really old school. Then we have the Turismo Classic. This is probably one of my favorites, just because of how it looks, how the back looks. And yeah, it's a nice bison brown again. The lights, whenever you flick them on, actually lift up, so that's pretty nice. Then we have the Italy GTO. This one's a very fast sports car. I got this a while ago, and it's actually one of my favorites because of the rear view lights. It's very fast. I like the color. I went with a matte black to make it look fucking devilish. And yeah, overall, it's a good car. Then we have my favorite out of this garage, which is the Italy RSX. Just have a look at it. It looks fucking amazing. Like a Torino red on a Torino red. Got the fucking carbon at the back. The back just looks really nice with the triple exhaust. And yeah, it just looks really nice. A really beautiful car. Alright, moving on, we have the last level. So, this last level will be a mix of overflood cars and what's the other car? Progen cars. So, we'll start over the Progen. This is the T20. It's a classic McLaren. It looks very nice. I chose a white with a dark blue, dark navy blue. I think it looks well. The spoiler comes up when you go fast. And yeah, overall, it's probably one of my favorite cars. Then we have the Emirates. The Emirates is actually very special because it has the two windows on the side. So that window and that window, they look pretty cool. It looks very, very, very modern. Very futuristic. Then we have the Italy GTB Custom. This is actually a Benny's vehicle. I got it because I enjoyed it and I needed to spend some money. So yeah, my least favorite at the back. I don't know, it just looks a bit funky. But overall, it's a pretty fast car. It's a small car, and the front looks really good. Then we have the Overflood Entity MT as a brown, a bison brown. It's not too bad. It's got a curved around, so it looks really good. And I like the rims. The rims were decided to go with a white with a brown, and the front bumper is very big. So it's not my favorite out of the bunch, but I might as well have it if I want to own every supercar. Then we have the Progen Tyrus. This one's actually a racing car, and I decided to make it like a dark green with a light green tint. It's really fast and it sounds really good. I haven't driven it around too much, but I want to drive around soon. Then we have the Overflood Autarch. It's a very futuristic car, so it's not really my taste. However, it does look pretty cool. The only letdown is the back. The back looks a bit weird, a bit out of place. But yeah, it looks pretty good. Then we have the Progen GPI. This one's not too bad. It's got a lot of details that stick out, so I decided to make it white so you could actually see those details. The back looks pretty good. And yeah, the rear mirror, I wish it kind of wrapped around. It didn't have that in the middle, but overall it's a pretty nice looking car. Then we have the Entity XXR, my favorite Entity. It just looks a lot better, a lot cleaner. The back looks a lot better as well. You can actually see it's not covered up. And yeah, I just went with the blue because I thought blue would mellow it out a lot more. Then we have one of my favorites, the Overflood Tyrant. This thing is a fucking beast. It's so fucking big. And the detailing on the sides, the fins looks really good. And the back looks like looks like a Decepticon. Like, it looks so sick. This was the first car that I actually put Bison Brown on, and I really enjoyed it. So, yeah, this is pretty much what gave me the love for this color. Then we have the Zeno. It's a very nice car, very sleek. It's not too fast, but it does look very cool with this red livery, the red pinstripe livery. And yeah, overall, it looks really good at the back. Alright. Anyway guys, that's going to be the stream. Thank you for tuning in. I really do appreciate it.